What's up, Pokemaniacs? I am the Online Orphan, and I am your analyst for Season 2 of the Pokemon Uber League. PUL Season 2 is ready to begin, and today we are taking a look at none other than the Cleveland Crobats. So let's go over the team and what we think about it. So they are starting off with the Xerneas. Xerneas, incredibly powerful fairy-type Pokemon. Now, Geomancy is banned in this league. However, even without it, Xerneas still hits incredibly hard. Of course, Stab Moonblast will be very effective against a lot of the competition. Tapu Fini there as well. Great water and fairy type Pokemon. Very bulky. Bulky water types always great in the Draft League format. Hitting with those Moonblasts as well. Stab, Surf, Muddy Water, Hydro Pump, Scald, whatever it may need. Nature's Madness, also a great move to hit those incoming Steel types. So Tapu Fini, solid Tier 1 Pokemon. Next up is the Raikou. Raikou, a fast electric type, which is always great in the Draft League format. Raikou typically seen with a Volt Switch and Thunderbolt, and then its coverage options are fairly limited. It's got the Shadow Ball, can have Aura Sphere. I think it also has access to Signal Beam, perhaps, but other than that, doesn't get too much in the side of coverage, so will likely have a hidden power on it every time it comes as well. Tangrowth, a great bulky grass type with that regenerator ability, healing itself every time it switches out. Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, Knockoff, Earthquake, hidden power, great assault vest user. Tangrowth is a nice bulky defensive mon for his team. Next up is the Metagross. Metagross, a great middle tier steel type, steel and psychic type with priority bullet punch, always a good thing to have in the league. Meteor Mash and Zen Headbutt, of course, are going to hit incredibly hard. Can set up with agility, be a weakness policy set with agility would be really interesting. But Metagross, just a hard-hitting middle tier Pokemon. Next up is the Ditto, and Ditto is one of those Pokemon that you almost always have to prepare for whenever you go up against it, because it is so tricky to try and deal with a Ditto that can just become anything on your team, so you want to make sure you're not being counter-swept by it. Standard Ditto typically seen with a Choice Scarf. However, Quick Claw variants have been coming a lot more frequently in other draft leagues, so looking forward to seeing if a Quick Claw Ditto will make an appearance here. He's got the regular Muck, good old Poison Muck here, with obviously a few more weaknesses than its Alolan counterpart, but still hits relatively hard and can throw out toxic spikes, pick up toxic spikes for the team as well. Always good to have a poison type in the draft league format, with fairy types being so prevalent. So Muck is a nice low tier poison type Pokemon to pick up. He's got the Mega Aggron. Mega Aggron is one of those megas in the lower mega tier that does really well and performs exactly as it's needed. Can set up Stealth Rocks on the opponent's side of the field, and can really hit incredibly hard, of course. Massive defensive stats allow it to even be fully Spadef invested and still take physical attacks for days. This thing can even rest as well. So it does have access to some recovery, but Mega Aggron, just a really great low tier Mega Pokemon. Next up is the Zygarde 100, and this thing is just disgusting, of course, hitting with all these standard Zygarde moves, but also having access to that Core Enforcer just makes it completely disgusting. Priority, of course, with the extreme speed. Zygarde 100, just a really cool Pokemon, and a really cool shiny as well. Next up is Infernape. Infernape, in my opinion, one of the best Pokemon in the Draft League format. very versatile, as it of course can set up on both sides, physical and special. Great mixed attackers are always great in draft league format. Priority again on both sides. Mock punch, vacuum wave, so many coverage options that really can't go into. There's Focus Sash, Stealth Rocks, Taunt, and Endeavor leads, which are just amazing as well. So Infernape is incredibly useful as a utility Pokemon. He's got the Shuckle. Shuckle is one of those Pokemon you don't mess with. Shuckle, very defensive, both defensive Spadef as well. Can set up sticky webs for your team, can gyro ball opponents for the most part, set up stealth rocks as well, and have some other defensive move, but for the most part, Shuckle brought very defensively. There are Shell Smash contrary variants, which would be very interesting to see if they tried to bring that at one point during the season, but for the most part, defensive Stealth Rocks. Sticky Webs, that's your Shuckle. And last but not least is the Rotom Frost. Rotom Frost, again, getting the benefit of Defog, just like everything else in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Of course, hitting very hard with Stab Blizzard is very nice, and really just a good pivot mon with Volt Switch capabilities as well. So Rotom Frost is another, of course, variant of Rotom. Certainly not the best Rotom, but can do its job very well. So looking over the team in general, again, the Ubers I think are very interesting, pairing very nicely the Fairy and Dragon typings there. Multiple Fairies on the team, but again, serving very different purposes. The Fire, Water, Grass core, of course, set up with the Infernape, Tapu Fini, and Tangrowth seems really strong. Two of them can be more defensive, but again, Fini and Tangrowth can also be offensive threats as well. So really nice utility there in the entire team. And then the combination of Mega Aggron or Metagross along with Xerneas and Zygarde, perfect, seems really threatening. So definitely watch out for the Cleveland Crobats as the league progresses. But if you guys did enjoy this video, show some love on that like button down below and subscribe for more Draft League content. Check out all the links in the description for everything regarding the league. Once again, I am the Online Orphan, and I am signing out.